Hey folks, welcome you all to a new video. This is CA Ganesh Bharadwaj. And in this video, I am going to share with you all the exemption strategy or the all-time high scoring topics for your paper 6A financial management for your upcoming September 2025 exams. Right? So in this video, broadly, I'm going to touch upon three important aspects. Number one, the revision resources which I am making available free of cost from my side, right? Then your all-time high scoring topics or chapters, and finally the exemption strategy, right? These three are the most important things which are required for your examination. Now, be it if you are watching this video 1 week before your exam or even the day before your exam, trust me, this video will definitely help you boost your score somewhere in your exams, right? It's not a clickbait or something. It is a time-tested strategy with thousands of students have benefited from to date, right? So now let's get started here. First, regarding the revision resources, right? So now first, I have made something called as a concept decoder book, right? Which has chapter-wise core concepts and core theory areas neatly bifurcated, and all the formulas are all like neatly mentioned in a separate font or a separate color, so that it will be easy for you to revise the day before your exam. The best part is that this book can be used as your source of preparation when you're learning the subject for the first time, as well as this can be used as a revision resource. So you need not refer two different books, one for preparation, one for revision. So if you have already learned using my books, if you're already my student, then it's easier for you. Once again, just revise with this book. If not, this anyways, all these are PDFs which are available free of cost on our website, right? So hard copy right now, if you want to purchase, maybe you can purchase, but right now 1 week or 2 weeks before your exam, right, you can just use the free resources PDF and you can just use it as a revision resource for your exams, right? There is also a solved question bank which has 100% of all the questions in your institute study material, plus it has your past exam RTP, MTP questions and all neatly bifurcated chapter wise, right? And I have personally improvised the solution. It's not just a direct copy paste and all from the institute publication. I have personally improvised the presentation, so it will be super useful for your exams, right? And apart from that, I have also recorded a marathon which is available free of cost on our YouTube channel using these two books, Concept Decoder and Solved Question Bank, so that also you can use it at the time of revision. So if you feel you're bored or you're stuck, what you can do is you can just watch this marathon, download the PDFs and follow the lectures, follow the marathon along with the books. Automatically you will be able to revise this particular subject. So this is very, very useful if you are doing it maybe a week or so before your exam. Trust me guys, many students have benefited out of this. This is regarding the revision resources. Now moving on, before I enter into the all-time high scoring topics, first let me talk about the exam paper pattern. As you all know, your financial management comprises of this 50-mark component, right? So FM and SM 50 marks. So FM is your 50-mark component, but your exam paper gets printed for 62 marks, including the choice questions. Out of this, there is a 15-mark MCQ segment, right, which is compulsory. And in your descriptive portion, you have 4 questions, question 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Out of this, question number 1 is compulsory, and out of the remaining 3 questions, you need to attempt any 2, right? This is the rule. And the third question, or the question number 4, the last question, is ideally a theory question where the bifurcation is in this 4th question, you have one 4-mark question and one 4-mark question, plus the last question is 2 or 2, means what? Inside this 3rd segment, you have an internal choice which you can use. Clear with this, guys? So this is what it is. This 15-mark is compulsory. This 15-mark is also compulsory. And out of question 2, 3, and 4, you can attempt any 2, right? So this makes it to a total of 50 marks that you need to attempt for. Now guys, your FM component gets printed for 62 marks, out of which you need to attempt for 50 marks, correct? And the all-time high scoring topics, the most important topics that I'm going to tell you itself covers 36 marks. 36 out of 50 is a whopping 72% of your FM component itself. Clear with this, guys? This is a time-tested strategy which many students have benefited in the past few attempts itself. So what it is, I will tell you. Now moving on to the all-time high scoring topics. Now guys, do not worry. For those who feel that, FM is difficult, how am I going to pass? Now you just follow this sequence of, revision. First, you touch your cost of capital chapter. This generally on an average, I'm talking about MCQ plus your descriptive component. Put together, it gets tested for close to about 8 marks. Then go to your leverages chapter. It's an easy chapter. Relatively, it takes lesser time. On an average, it gets tested for 6 marks. Then move on to your capital structure decisions chapter. It gets tested on an average for 7 marks, right? Then go to your investment decisions, capital budgeting chapter. This gets tested for close to 10 marks on an average. Then go on to ratio analysis. In ratio analysis, generally, they test you on this missing figures, or they give some data and ask you to prepare balance sheet, P&L and all. This is a general question which comes in ratio analysis. Conservatively, I have taken about 5 marks here. These 5 topics itself will contribute close to about 36 marks. Now I can hear your mind voice. Sir, the next question you might have is, sir, does it mean that should I omit the remaining topics? No. I am asking you to first prioritize on these 5 topics. Many students are stuck with the order of revision. You please follow it. Now at least 36 marks you are confident about, right? Then what you do, the next thing, go and quickly cover those 2 theory topics, right? You have this introduction to financial management and types of financing. Quickly skim through it. Sir, where do I do it? In our concept decoder book. Just quickly, neatly, I have just summarized everything and condensed it. Quickly, just give it one look and that's about it. Then you go to dividend decisions chapter. It will not take much time. You give more importance to Walter's model and approach. You give importance to these 2 areas, Walter's model, approach. And if you have time, the remaining topics in this chapter also you can do. Once you're done with this, then you go to working capital management chapter. Sir, last priority working capital management. Why, sir? This topic is not important. No, definitely one 10-mark question is coming for sure from this chapter. So then why are you giving this last priority? If you start with this chapter, what happens? It's generally a bulky chapter, right? So if you spend more time on this, it will break your confidence, because after spending so much time, you would have covered only 10 marks. That's why I'm saying you cover the remaining chapters and then come to this. Now in working capital management, there are 6 units, right? First, you go and cover this unit that is called as Introduction to Working Capital Management. Basically, it talks about your working capital cycle, right? You complete that topic. Then the second topic you should give priority is receivables management, right? These 2 topics you give top priority, and then based on your time availability, you move on to the next area, because generally questions come from these 2 topics only predominantly. So I'm giving you inside this chapter also order of preference. Once you do that, now you will be completely confident with a huge coverage. Now you can go and attempt your exam with so much amount of confidence, right? Now I always believe in something called as defense plus attack strategy. Right? So I would have told this even during this costing, the exam strategy video, the same thing only. Let us take an example of any top cricketer like Sachin Tendulkar. Let us say he has scored 96, 97 runs and he's on the crease right now. He will not take major risk of hitting a 6 or a 4, right? What he will do is he will try to defend his wicket, try to score single, try to score doubles, and then slowly he will try to cross the century. Once he scores century, now he will rotate his bat left, right and center, and maybe even if he gets out, it is okay, because whatever we need, our objective is achieved. Similarly for us, first you defend and then you attack. So first defense for us is what? Scoring that pass mark, right? 40%. Now, the moment you score this 40 marks, now you will be at least slightly relieved. Now aim for the next 20 marks. Now, next 20 marks, you will score an exemption. You need not touch this paper again for a lifetime. And once this is done, whatever you score from right now is going to be a fully bonus for you. Similarly, guys, for FM component alone, right? For SM, your respective faculty will tell you. For FM component, first you score these areas, cover these areas, right? That gives you a broad coverage. Tremendous confidence will be generated, right? And once you're through with this, the remaining areas, quickly, you just give it some time and you revise it. Trust me, guys, the question is not about whether you will pass or not. The question is about whether you will score an exemption, 60, 70 or 80. trust me, it is 100% achievable, right? And there are so many students who have followed this approach and they have really gained in the, they have really scored very well in the exams, the past exams. You can also ask your seniors. Here with this, guys. The next one, the most important thing is about the time management, right, in your exam. Now, in your exam, you have a total of 180 minutes, 3 hours of writing time. Out of that, let's reduce 10 minutes normal loss. These guys will come and ask for, the invigilator will come and ask for your autograph, barcode sticking and all. So you just remove it. Effectively, you have 170 minutes and you need to attempt for a total of 100 marks, right? Which means effectively per mark, you are left with 1.7 minutes, right? Which means to attempt a 10 mark question, you have a total of 17 minutes only. Clear with this, guys? Now, in certain questions, right? So that it might be involving a huge amount of, it might be having a lot of calculation and computation driven. Now, these questions might take you slightly more than 17 minutes. Certain questions, right, might take you slightly lesser time. So you need to balance between the two. Don't keep looking at your watch and wasting your time. Overall, in your mind, you should have this 17-minute criteria in your mind so that you know whether you are exceeding or you are actually well within your target. Now, many students ask this doubt as well. Sir, should we attempt MCQ component first or should we attempt descriptive component first? Do not take this decision before you look at the question paper. Now, in your reading time, I understand that you will only receive the descriptive paper. MCQ paper, you will receive it only post 2 p.m. right? Descriptive paper, you quickly have a look at it. Now, if you feel that the questions are 1 or 2 questions, it is easy for you to attempt, you start with those questions. If somehow you feel that it might be lengthy and all, then once you receive the MCQ component, quickly have a look at it. If you are confident with the MCQ segment, start with MCQ segment. So, or in short, you start with those questions which you find to be super confident, which you find to be relatively easier, so that this helps you to approach those questions which you're confident about. That will increase your confidence automatically, right? That will push you forward to attempt even those questions which you initially thought was not easy for you. Clear with this, guys? Number 1. Number 2, sir, should I omit theory, sir? Never do that. Please prepare for theory and go to the exam. Whether to write theory or not, you take this decision in your exam hall. Now, in my opinion, out of this 10-mark component in theory, you know close to 6 to 7 marks. I suggest you to definitely attempt this theory question. No, sir, I'm not super confident. Should I still write theory? Wait, right? So now, when you are writing your main paper, right? When you are writing your exam, maybe at around 4:15, 4:30, around this time, you will know whether like this question paper is lengthy or not. If you find the question paper to be lengthy, if you feel that I need to write more questions which I have not written now you are just left with half an hour. That's about it. Now, whatever question you are writing, you completed, and the next question you should attempt should be this theory question. Why? Because theory question does not take more time to write in the exam. 10 mark, 17 minutes. You will not take 17 minutes. You will take somewhere around 12 minutes or 10 minutes to 12 minutes. Roughly, there also you will save around 5 minutes. This 5 minutes, you can use it maybe in the sum which you are going to do after you write the theory, right? These are some smart way of approaching in your exam, in the exam hall also. What you need to do, I'm clearly telling you here, because this definitely, I'm telling you guys, this is something which I have personally experienced during my exam days as well, and I'm just passing on the legacy to you all. Many students have benefited out of this. Here with this, guys. And for those who believe that, who still feel that FM is difficult and all, I've clearly given you the road chart, some 4-5 topics, and you're sorted. Right now, tell me, guys, if not for you, who will pass? You guys have put so much amount of efforts in preparing for your exams. You guys are doing really good job. Do not lose the confidence here with this. And for those who have attended my lectures, right now, be it regular or your EVO batch, now I would have dictated something called as library of adjustments. Please have this library of adjustments with you. It's written in your own handwriting, since I would have dictated it during the classes. Have this and follow your revision along with this. Now, trust me, in the past experience, some students have even revised the entire FM component about 7-8 times the day before your exam, right? They have done this because the way in which we have covered the entire subject, right? We have written for every single question what is the adjustment. It's easy for you to navigate through the subject. Here with this, guys. So these are certain things that I want to share you, right? And do not worry. You guys are doing a very good job. Keep doing it, and I'm sure you will reach really great heights in your in the upcoming exams as well as in your career ahead. So on that note, I'm signing off in this video. I will meet you all in CA final.